So guys, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I gotta talk about this, bro. This story is honestly crazy. Now, according to a report by ESPN recently published like a couple days ago, Cam Whitmore, this guy right here, he was projected by many to be a lottery pick, but he fell to the Houston Rockets at number 20, which is still crazy to me, in the NBA draft recently this past Thursday night. Now, according to another report, they said that Cam Whitmore out of Villanova, he fell on draft night due to some reported underwhelming workouts. Some teams were scared off by those specific workouts and also specifically by his medical report. He was also seen struggling at times with his shooting and his intensity during his individual team workouts. And lastly, bro, this is honestly the craziest report that I've seen. One source described this man, Cam Whitmore, as comatose. If that's how you say this specific word right here, comatose, during the pre-draft evaluation. Now, you watch this video, 100,000, 50,000% guarantee you that you've never heard of this word. I guarantee you. But if you look up what this word comatose means, according to google.com, it means of or in a state of deep unconsciousness for a prolonged or indefinite period, especially as a result of severe injury or illness. Now, you still watch this video, I guarantee you that probably did not make any sense. So let's look at the synonyms. Some synonyms for this word is unconscious, insensible, senseless, inactive, sluggish, lifeless. This is what a report said about this man, Cam Whitmore, in these pre-draft evaluations. And I ain't gonna lie, that's honestly very, very, very underwhelming, because there's absolutely no way that this kid, Cam Whitmore, fell all the way down to number 20 in this 2023 NBA draft. To me, there's just absolutely no way that you can really sit there with a straight face and say that there's 19 players that have a higher ceiling than this kid right here, Cam Whitmore. I mean, even if you take a closer look at his stats last season, he finished at Villanova averaging 12.5 points a game, close to 6 rebounds, and 1.4 steals a game on close to 50% shooting from the field as a forward, and I believe 34% from 3. Now, if that doesn't scream top 5, top 10 projected pick in any type of draft, I really don't know what is. It really makes me question that there's something bigger that is really going on with this kid, Cam Whitmore, of why teams would just not draft this kid even in the lottery or even somewhere in the first round. Now, what are these exact medical concerns and medical health issues that people are scared of for this kid, Cam Whitmore? Now, take a look at this article. Bleacher Report, they did a good job and posted an article back in October of 2022, and they stated that Villanova announced Friday that Cam Whitmore will have surgery on his right thumb. Now, mind you, this was back in October, November, and Villanova's head coach, he issued this statement saying that throughout the preseason, he worked hard to learn our concepts and what it takes to be effective in the Big East. This is definitely a temporary setback though, and we know that Cam will approach his rehab with great attitude. Now, mind you, like I said, this was back in early November. This man, Cam Whitmore, only missed 7 games. 7 games due to that right thumb injury. And once this man played his first game, this man was going crazy. And to even top it off, he finished the season winning the Big East Freshman Player of the Year. And during this season, bro, I did not hear a single person or a single NBA teams, nobody saying that they were questioning his thumb, they were questioning his legs, or whatever people thought was going on with Cam Whitmore. So like I said, something has to be going on with this kid, Cam Whitmore, for 19 teams to just, or 19 draft selection picks to just go past him. But nonetheless, I personally think that the Houston Rockets are one of the biggest winners in this recent 2023 NBA draft. I mean, when you can get a guy of this caliber at number 20, a player that I think has potential to be easily a top 3 to 5 player in this draft. I mean, when you look at the type of player that this kid is, super talented, athletic, strong, coming into this league, already having an NBA sized body, already has an NBA sized game. And I really do think that the sky is the limit for this kid, Cam Whitmore. And let me know if you guys agree. I actually look at him kind of like an Isaac Okoro. They kind of have the same similar type of body type, same similar type of game. If you guys keep up with high school basketball, this kid, Cam Whitmore, he finished as a top 20 player in the 2022 high school class, and he was easily one of the most dominant players in his class as well. Mind you, this kid is still only 18 years old and still having an NBA body, still looking like one of the most dominant players out there on the court. And the craziest thing to me that I feel like this man just does not get any credit for from really anybody, I really haven't seen much people really talking about this, is the fact that he went and decided to commit to play at Villanova. university. And I feel like we can all agree, this is no shade towards Cam Whitmore, but the types of players that I feel like usually typically go to Villanova are those fundamentally sound. They play with a slower type of pace. Now, I'm not saying that Cam Whitmore isn't anything like that. I'm not saying he's not fundamentally sound or anything like that. But when I think of a guy like a Cam Whitmore, I think he excels best in transition. I think he plays better in a fast-paced type of environment. I think he plays better, attacking the rim, being a slasher. So that is really why I personally love this pick by the Houston Rockets, just because that's their type of play style, the type of young players that they already have on that team. Jalen Green, Kevin Porter Jr. They recently just got Amen Thompson. This Houston Rockets team, I'm not saying they're going to be, an NBA, champions next year, or even make the playoffs, but I think they do have a bright future if they do have Cam Whitmore somewhere in their future plans. Now, guys, this is what Cam Whitmore had to say about dropping all the way down to number 20, and also about the questions about his medical history, his injuries and whatnot. ESPN said that Cam Whitmore said afterwards that he is fine with where he was picked and that he entered the night without expectations of who was going to draft him, if and or when. And this is what he said, quote unquote, "I've been overlooked a lot of times in my life, so it didn't really faze me." He said, "I'm just really happy to be in the NBA. I've always been dreaming about this in my life." He also continued to say that he disagreed with the speculations that the medical histories caused the drop. He said that, "I promise you, there's not." He said, "I have no idea. I don't know what happened, but I feel fine. It's my body. If they think that it's something different, they have their own opinions. But at the end of the day, it's my body." I ain't gonna lie, bro. My boy Cam Whitmore, that boy standing on biz. That boy's standing on biz, man. But in all seriousness though, one thing that I really took from his quote and about this interview is that he said that he disagreed with the speculation that the medical issues is what caused the drop. And like I said, that's what's making me question, then what is the main reason of why he dropped? Now, take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. Now, there's a reporter, I believe he goes by the name of Gary Parrish. I believe he works for CBS Sports. He had an interview, or he has a podcast, and he said something really, really important. He said there was a player, mind you, this was like 2 weeks ago or a month ago. He said that there was a player that is projected to go somewhere in the top 10 that had very underwhelming workouts, and he was also seen vaping in between workouts, and he just looked overall out of shape. Now, I'm not personally saying that this was Cam Whitmore, but if you take a look at all the top 10 players that was projected to go in the top 10, they essentially all went within the top 10 besides Cam Whitmore. So he didn't exactly say the player who was the person that he described. He wasn't saying that this was Cam Whitmore, but if this is Cam Whitmore, bro, I ain't gonna lie, man, things might be connecting the dots. I'm praying that this was not him. Just from what I've seen, I think I've seen a video on YouTube or Instagram about, him working out for the Pacers, his pro day. He looked pretty good to me. And like I said, since I've been keeping up with him in high school, I personally always knew that he was gonna be one of the best players in his class. I think this is just a hurdle that he's just gonna have to overcome, dropping all the way down to the 20th pick. At the end of the day, he's still in the NBA. He's grateful for this opportunity. I feel like you can see it in his eyes. Whenever he did get drafted, he looked like he's really about to come into the NBA with a chip on his shoulder. I mean, just take a look at his face right here. If I can pop a video right here, a picture of him, I'll try to find one for y'all. But guys, like I said, I'm a huge fan of Cam Whitmore, man. I really want to know what you guys think. I really want to know what you guys think about, what do you think why do you think he really dropped down all the way to number 20? Regardless, like I said, the Houston Rockets, they got a steal. But I want to know what you guys think about Cam Whitmore. What do you think his ceiling is? Do you think he's an all-star level player? I think he can be one of those types of guys for any type of team. I think he's really a guy that will buy in. And we will talk about him as one of the best players to come out of this draft. But like I said, that's just my personal opinion. But let me know what you guys think at the end of the day. But yeah, with all this, it's been an episode of JuiceMadeTV. Bye.